What's up, everybody? This is your boy Jay. We got a good video for y'all today. We're gonna be making some Southern Lima Beans. So come on, let's get into it. All right, everybody. So for the Lima Beans, this is what you're gonna need. I use bacon grease. This is just bacon drippings that I saved from every time I cook bacon in the house. Some all-purpose seasoning. This is Body Complete. This stuff is pretty good. Onion powder, garlic powder, adobo seasoning. I use the Body brand adobo. This is Maggi Pollo or chicken bouillon. You can use whatever brand you like. This is what I use, just Maggi Pollo, black pepper, and paprika. All right. Also, we got some onion right here. This is maybe about half of a sweet onion, some garlic, parsley, green onion, a little bit of red bell pepper. You could use green, but I just had red in the house. And also some basil. And also we're gonna be putting okra in there as well. So I got about 10 small things of okra right here, and a little jalapeno pepper, just for a little bit of heat. We're not gonna cut it up or add the seeds or nothing like that. Just poke some holes in it and drop it in the pot. But you'll see that later on as well. And of course, we got the lima beans right here. This is just a pound of the frozen lima beans. You could use fresh, but the frozen, they take a little bit less time to cook, and they come out just as good. And you're gonna need a little bit of sugar. Maybe about a tablespoon. That's about it. All right, y'all. We also got some smoked neck bones. This is going to be the meat to go inside of our lima beans. You want to boil your neck bones for about an hour and a half, maybe or so, to get them tender enough to go into the beans. What I like to do is I like to boil them for about 45 minutes first with just a little bit of water, just enough to barely cover them, as you see here. Boil them for about 45 minutes. That water's going to get real dirty, real murky. That's just getting, in my mind, getting out all the impurities, all the chemicals, stuff like that comes in the neck bones when you buy them from when they were processed at the plant. So I boil for about 45 minutes. I pour this dirty water off, and then after that 45-minute mark, I put fresh water in there and bring it back to a boil. And then at that point is when I add in all the vegetables and the seasonings to make our pot liquor. So these have been going for about 10 minutes or so. So we got a little while left to go on it right now. The next time you see me, it'll have fresh water in there boiling, and we'll be adding in all of our vegetables and our seasonings to make our pot liquor. All right, see y'all. All right, y'all. So we got the pot boiling now. I've got some fresh water on these neck bones. I pretty much just filled the pot up about halfway with water. If I had to look at it, I'd say it was maybe about 6-8 cups of water. So now that the water is boiling, I poured the first batch of water, or the dirty water, off of the neck bones. And it looks like these are boiling up pretty good. I'm starting to see some of the water mix in with the fat from the neck bones. So now we're going to put in our vegetables and our seasonings to get our pot liquor going for the next 45 minutes to get these neck bones nice and tender. And then we'll add in our beans. All right. So like I said before, we're going to go in with our onion. All right. We got green onion and sweet onion. All right. Garlic, got parsley, a little bit of red bell pepper, and some basil. All right. So now I've got our vegetables in there. That looks good. That's a nice color going on there. And pretty much when these vegetables cook down, they're gonna be about dissolved into nothing. They're gonna be going on to flavor land. So going in with our adobo. Usually when I put in seasonings, I just put in about like that much, and then I let it cook for a little bit, and then I add more to taste. That's the adobo. We got our Maggi Pollo, or our chicken bouillon. All right. A little bit of onion powder, not a lot, because we got that fresh onion in there. Same with the garlic powder. We got fresh garlic, so don't need a lot of that. Okay. And like I said, as we go through and we get this pot liquor going, I'll come back and I'll taste it, and if I need to add anything, I'll add it. All right, we got our Body Complete, our all-purpose seasoning. I'm going to go 2 passes across the pot with that one. Alright. Got our paprika. Okay. You can use smoked paprika too. That's actually what this is. And we got black pepper. That pepper's gonna balance all that salt and other flavors out real good. All right. Now a little bit of sugar. About a tablespoon of sugar. And give that a good stir. All right. Yeah. So on this bacon grease, you just want to add about like that much. All right. Like a heaping tablespoon. All right. Let that dissolve in there. Like I said, I just added the beans in, so it'll soak up that nice flavor from there. All right. Man, look at that. That looks good already. I ain't even put the beans in there yet. All right, so we're gonna let this continue to boil. We're gonna do this nice and low and slow. All right, so we're gonna let this come to a boil. We're gonna turn it down a little bit, maybe about halfway, maybe down to medium. That way, the neck bones can continue to cook and get nice and tender. And then at that point, when we add our beans, I'll bring it up to a boil, let it roll like it is now, and then I'm gonna crank it all the way down to maybe like a 3. All right, which is pretty much medium low. But like I said, we're gonna leave it right here. Well, actually, I'm gonna go ahead and put it down to medium right now since it's boiling pretty good. I'll put it on medium, cover it with the lid, and retain that heat. In about 45 minutes, we'll come back and we'll add our beans. All right, y'all. So it's been just a little bit over 45 minutes. So now at this point, we're going to check our neck bones and our vegetables and our seasonings in the pot. We're going to check this pot liquor, make sure it looks good, make sure it tastes good. And then if everything's good from there, we're going to go ahead and add in our beans and let those rock for about another hour, an hour and a half or so. All right. So let me get the beans together and I'll be right back. Oh yeah, it looks good. You see how all that onion and garlic and bell pepper, most of that seasoning has dissolved. Now it's just flavor that we're looking at in there. Oh yeah. All right, I gotta give this a taste, see what I'm working with. And if you need to, just add some more seasoning at that point, and then we'll go ahead and get your beans in. All right, let's see what we got. Let's turn that heat up a little bit so that can boil. It's got plenty of salt. A little bit more sugar and balance it out. Some garlic powder in here. And I see now that once I put these beans in, I'm gonna need a little bit more water. That's all right. I'm gonna add that in a minute. All right, so add just a little bit of everything except the salty seasonings. It's got plenty of salt. I don't need any more salt. All right. Yeah, that pot looks good. Just like the color on it. Looks real good. And that red bell pepper gives it a nice little pop. That looks good. Alright, give it another little taste. Oh yeah. That's it right there. Alright. That's good. We're gonna go in with our beans. Alright. This is 1 pound of frozen kidney beans. They thawed out since they were sitting on the counter while the pot liquor was cooking. Okay. I may not need to add any water. That looks good. Like I said, when I poured that first water off the neck bones, I put in about 6 to 8 cups of water. I pretty much just eyeball it and filled up the pot halfway with water. All right, so we're gonna let this come up to a boil, and then at that point we're gonna crank the heat down. And we're gonna let the lima beans cook nice, slow and slow for about an hour, hour and a half. All right. So when this comes up to a boil, I'm gonna show you what the next steps are from there. All right, y'all. So we got our beans boiling now, and I didn't show you before, but before I put the beans into the pot, I did pour them out into a bowl and sort it through them really quick. The frozen beans really don't have that many bad ones in there, but still you may come across some bad ones. In this case, I did. I had about I don't know, maybe like half a handful of some bad beans. So you want to make sure that you sort through your beans and pull those out before you add them into the pot. So I did that. Let it come back up to a boil, and now we're here. So the pot liquor tastes good. The beans are looking good. Sorted through those, are nice and clean. So now the pot is boiling. We're gonna go from high. Can you see that? We're gonna go from high. We're gonna crank it all the way down to medium low, or 3. All right, 2.5, 3, whatever you want to call it. We're gonna leave it right there. We're gonna put a lid on top to retain that heat. We're gonna cook these things low and slow. All right. We're gonna check back on them in about an hour, and at that point, after that first hour, that's when we're gonna come and we're gonna add in our jalapeno and our okra. All right. So, be with you guys in a minute. All right, family. So, as the beans are on, like I said, they're gonna cook about an hour, hour and a half. And we're gonna add our okra in that last 20 to 30 minutes that the beans are gonna be cooking. So I like to add this in at that 1 hour mark. Of course, before I add them in, I'm gonna check the beans, make sure they're right where I want them. Not all the way done, but pretty much done, but not all the way. They can go for another 20 minutes or so, which is why these are gonna cook for another 20 or 30 minutes in the pot with the beans. We're gonna lay them right on top. So to prepare your okra, what you wanna do is you wanna take your okra, all right, and as you look around it, around the top piece, you'll see this dark brown, sometimes black ring, even on the top up here and around there. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take the knife, small little paring knife, whatever you may have in the kitchen, small enough to handle this type stuff. But you just can go right around the edge. All right. You don't want to cut too deep. You just can go right around the edge and take that brown edge off. All right. You just gonna go right around the edge. You don't want to cut into it. If you cut into it, it's gonna let all that slime out. And you're gonna have a big pot of slime instead of a nice pot of beans. All right. So put that into your trash bag or bowl, whatever you have to do. Some of your old school Rachel Ray fans, y'all can have your trash bowl over there. That's about one thing that I learned from Rachel Ray, is using a good trash bag or a trash bowl in the kitchen to keep from having to walk back and forth to the trash can. That's really about the only thing I learned from Rachel Ray, but I'm gonna leave that for another conversation. But either way, so you want your okra to kind of look like this afterwards. You want to peel that brown edge off of the okra and leave it just like that. All right. So I got some more here. I'm gonna go ahead and knock these out. And again, like I said, you don't want to go too deep. All right. You're just getting off the edge right there. All right. Oh yeah, my oven's ready for those pork chops to go in. All right. That's what you want. I'll do one more for y'all. The key to this is a sharp knife. All right. Make sure you're being careful. Don't want to cut yourself. But the key is a sharp knife. A sharp knife in the kitchen makes everything easier. Hope you guys can see that. I'll do one more for y'all. And we're gonna let the beans hang out. Get married in that pot. They in there dancing right now. Alright. Gonna peel that part off. Cut this very top piece, the little dry edge. Right there. Don't cut too deep. Or you're gonna have a pot of slime instead of a pot of beans with some flavor. So that's it right there. Alright. So I'm gonna knock out the rest of these and we'll get to the pot. I'll show you what I'm gonna do to the jalapeno, okay? Alright, y'all, so it's been that hour. And now we're gonna add in our broccoli. Our broccoli. We're gonna add in our okra and our jalapeno. Alright. Yeah, it looks real good. Alright. Yeah, it didn't take long at all. Alright. Yeah, this water's kind of low. I'm going to add in some water. That's good. All right. And these, yeah, they still a little hard. Just a little. About another 20-30 minutes, they'll be perfect. So like I was saying, at this point, this is when you want to add in your jalapeno and your okra. All right, let's get it a taste test really quick. I'm gonna turn this up on high so it'll start boiling for me. I got my beautiful wife over here to the side. She's gonna taste test for us. She don't want to be on camera, but y'all gonna hear her beautiful voice. And I'm sorry, y'all, but once y'all hear her talk, y'all gonna be haters, cause at the end of the night, when she put me to sleep with her voice, it's like going to bed with an angel. I tell you what, sometimes I think to myself, man, if God made anything better, he kept it for himself. Come on, come taste this for me, baby. What you think? I blew on it so it don't burn your soft lips.
That's really good.
They can't hear you say it again. How it tastes?
It's really good.
It's really good. That's what I'm talking about. It is good. All right. So once that comes to a boil, which is kind of getting there right now, we'll add in our jalapeno and our okra. Before it comes to a boil, we kind of just can throw the jalapeno in there. What do you think? You think it needs to be a little spicy?
I love spicy stuff.
Okay. So this is the jalapeno. We're not gonna cut it or nothing like that. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take put one little slit in it right here. All right. That's gonna be enough to let some of that heat come out, give it a good flavor in the pot, but that's all I'm gonna do. All right. Just lay it right on top. And you see it's starting to come to a boil all the way around. So now I'm gonna take this okra and this lamb right on top. All right. And like I said, we're gonna let them steam or let them cook right on top of the pot, just like that. Okay. Nothing special to it, just gonna throw them right in there. All right. And that's that. All right, we're gonna let them rock for another 20 minutes and we're gonna call it done. All right, we're gonna put our lid back on. Turn our heat down to low this time, all the way on low. All right. Let that sit for 20 minutes and we'll be back. All right, everybody, it's been another 20-30 minutes or so. We're gonna check and see what this pot looks like with the okra and jalapeno. All right. Oh yeah. They on top of that pot dancing around, especially that jalapeno. Yeah, they getting busy. All right. That looks good though. Looks real good. You see the okra have changed color. They've absorbed a lot of that flavor that was in the pot. A lot of them bacon drippings and all of that good stuff. Oh yeah, that's tender. That's soft. Check this out. Oh yeah, straight through. That's soft. Okay, they good to go. Now neck bones are in there. That meat is tender. That meat comes right off. Oh yeah, we in business. You can't tell me that don't look good. All right, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and plate up, and I'll see y'all at the counter. All right, y'all. This is what we're looking like. The beans are done. They're nice and tender. We got some of that meat off of our smoked neck bone. That was nice and tender too. The okra's ready. Man, it's really good. All right. We'll see y'all in the next video.